other ministers inside Cabinet were invited to attend as well. We were updated on the cases that we are actioning and other work that we are undertaking as we roll out our resurgence plan. Ministers will convene again tomorrow, and it was also agreed that a full Cabinet meeting will make decisions on Friday on next steps. Our aim will be to make sure that those decisions are in time to inform people of any changes well in advance of the Friday midnight setting we have for our Level 3 and Level 2 restrictions at present. At noon today, a new COVID-19 public health response order came into effect. The order provides the legal basis to require people to stay at home unless they are working in places where it is safe to do so, to ensure physical distancing and the conditions under which businesses can operate. Nothing in the order there in that regard is new relative to what we experienced in Level 3 previously. They're all in keeping with those previous requirements, with just two exceptions, and I want to spend a bit of time just talking about those two exceptions that are new from what we experienced the last time we were in Level 3, so this is particularly important. First, the order makes it mandatory for any business or service to display a QR code for the COVID Tracer app prominently at all entry points, allowing everyone to sign in via the tracing app. So what is mandatory is the display of that QR code. We have allowed 1 week in order for business to be open. We understand that some businesses have not downloaded the QR code. We ask them to do that as soon as possible, but before it will be enforced, there's a work grace there to allow that to happen. Many businesses, as you'll note, have done that already because you'll see them on display. The ability to contact trace quickly is one of the key tools we have to find new cases and get them in isolation to avoid future lockdowns. So always using the app is a big investment in keeping our businesses and economy open. It will protect you and it will protect the people around you. Last night, over 100,000 people downloaded the app, and I would urge anyone who hasn't done so yet to get the app on their phone and get into the habit of signing into places. I can tell you from personal experience, it is very quick and it is very easy to use. The second new element of the health order is something I already briefly touched on this morning, and that is the requirement for people travelling out of Auckland to wear a face covering on a plane. We are specific to planes here because of the close proximity. Of course, we continue to ask people to only use this form of transport if they're leaving Auckland because it is not their primary place of residence and they need to relocate themselves. While we are not requiring everyone else mask or a face covering, we are strongly urging it. Think of it as a duty to one another and a simple act to help stop any spread, and it's now protecting your own. The government has been in contact with social service agencies and other providers today, and it is also our intention to distribute 3 million masks via social services and delivery agencies to those who may otherwise struggle to afford or access masks. We're working with suppliers and supply chains to ensure that masks are getting to supermarkets and other places where people can purchase them. And of course, as I said before, cloth and reusable face coverings, bandanas, scarves wrapped around the nose and mouth, they will suffice. So if you can't get out to purchase one or the expense is a barrier, please use what else you may have on hand. So just to recap, the orders are as they stood previously, but now include the requirement of face masks for plane travel and the use of the QR code, that is the government QR code for the COVID Tracer app specifically, is included. I know I'm just about to finish, but I will wrap on this. I know many people have contacted Healthline because they have questions or because they might be feeling anxious. That is totally understandable. We have 600 people taking calls for our telehealth services. We've added another 90 staff today. By tomorrow, there'll be another 180 staff staff working those fine lines. I understand there are delays at the moment. I ask if you've got questions about level 3 restrictions in Auckland, please jump online. Just free up those services for those who might need them for health and mental health reasons. The COVID-19 leave support scheme, I do want to talk about this because of the anxiety that I know many businesses in Auckland in particular will be experiencing. The COVID-19 leave support scheme is there for all businesses that are experiencing financial hardship. It covers workers who are unable to work from home and need to self-isolate. The rate is $585.80 for full-time workers and $350 for part-time workers. Applications for the wage subsidy scheme extension also remain open until 1 September. That means if a business hasn't used the extension to date, but has experienced a 40% decline in their revenue, and that's across a 30-day period within the 40 days before they apply, they can apply and receive an additional 8 weeks of support. Now, I know the restrictions that are in place now in Auckland may tip people into now being eligible for the extension of the wage subsidy when they may not have been prior. It is still available. I encourage you to reach out to Work and Income, make an application if you need that extra support. The Small Business Cash Flow Scheme remains open until 31 December, and that gives interest-free loans for up to a year of up to $100,000 for businesses employing 50 or fewer workers. And of course, finally, the COVID income relief payment for people who lose their job between 1 March and October 30 as a result of COVID is paid at the same rate as the wage subsidy for 12 weeks, and that remains open until the 13th of November. Again, anyone interested in those payments, please reach out to Work and Income. Alongside this, the Finance Minister met with the Treasurer yesterday and are working on targeted economic support for the Auckland region if we're in a scenario where level 3 is to last longer than the present 3 days. A reminder too, this re-emergence is the exact reason why we set aside the remaining $14 billion of the COVID fund in case we had that need. Support aside, the best economic response remains that strong health response. Going hard, going early with a lockdown is still the best strategy for getting business back open as soon as it is safe. Before I end, a quick reminder of why it is just so important that we stick to the plan we're rolling out at present. There were 322 new cases of COVID-19 in Australia yesterday. 664 people are in hospitals, 54 in intensive care units and 39 on ventilators. Across the globe, there were 19.9 million cases yesterday. Our response to the virus so far has worked. It opened up our communities and it gave New Zealanders freedoms that we cherished, and we all want to get back there as soon as we can. But success relies us on all working together, looking out for one another. We know how to beat this, but we also know we don't need to look far to see what it can mean if we don't get on top of it. We have a plan, and now is the time to follow it. We are happy to take questions.
Do you have any there's been a very full discussion with the family. Aside from the trip to Rotorua, there are no other locations that present any particular risk. So no, they hadn't been at the church or other service on that preceding meeting.
Yep, we'll come to the front, Jason.
The 40 probable cases, are they all colleagues? The four probable
Oh,
cases.
sorry, just rolled off like 40, so I just wanted to pull.
The four probable cases are the ones we had mentioned. So 2 are work colleagues and 2 are another related household that one of the cases had stayed at preceding the meeting.
No suggestion as yet, but we were just prior to coming down here discussing the interviews that are ongoing with the new probable cases, because of course that's important to see whether or not there are any links to any cases. And so those interviews are ongoing, and we of course are waiting the test results to confirm if they are indeed cases. On the you asked the other question around links and some of the testing. The GMAR testing, we're expecting that within the next 24 hours we'll have more information there. Quite a bit of analysis needs to go on, so that's why it's more than likely we'll just need that extra time.
Penalties for those who don't display, or what will the penalties be for those businesses that don't display the QR code?
So it is within the health order. I'll need to check actually the penalty regime that sits alongside it. I can give you an update on that tomorrow. But we are giving that week
time
a
to take it
grace
home.
because obviously
Big
it
deal.
does take a bit of effort. You've got to use your business number to generate the code. We have previously asked business.
All right, come on. Come on. Yes. Open up. Yes! Yes! What up? Oh yeah. Nummer 2. Nummer 2. Sorry, Tom. Oh yeah. Where that crown? Where my crown? Yeah, my crown. You. Booyah. Number 2. Now let's go get number 3.